Hello everybody, it is me, Courtney from Little Lamb Homestead, and I am back with another budgeting video. I am running a little behind because I decided to be super lazy this weekend, and I mean, I'm not going to pretend to be anybody that I'm not, so I'm going to be totally honest with you and tell you that I was literally just really lazy. So this video is going to be my paycheck number 2 setup budget. These are estimated numbers. They may or may not end up being that way, but for the sake of planning ahead, this is what it's going to look like. So, as you know, if you've seen any of my other videos, I start with my bills and expenses. So, my first one that I'm going to do is my credit one, and this is my credit card. Now, I split these in half. So this week I'm taking out $26, meaning that my minimum monthly payment is $52. So this paycheck plus my last paycheck is going to pay for my minimum payment in January. My next one is PayPal, and that is getting $16 out of this paycheck. Next is my car payment, and that is getting $100. And then I have my private student loan, and that is getting $109, because that total is $218, which is crazy, but hopefully I can get that lower soon. And lastly, I have my federal loan, which is $40 out of this paycheck. So typically other things that would be in here are rent, car insurance, cell phones, stuff like that. I'm lucky enough to still live with my parents. I live in the basement apartment, so I don't have to pay rent. That's their way of helping me financially, and I'm very lucky for that. They also are generous enough to take care of my car insurance because I am under 25, which I would be considered a high-risk driver, which is total bogus, but that's how things work, I guess. So they take care of my car insurance on their plan until I turn 25, and then I'll take it over. So I'm going to total this up. So we have 26 plus 16 plus 100 plus 109 plus 40. So that's going to equal $291. Okay, so I just recently set up a Capital One 360 checking account. So this money right here all goes into that checking account, and I'll be keeping my bill pay money separate from my normal checking account. So that way I can see exactly how much I'm paying in minimum payments, and at the end of the month I can transfer more money for my debt snowball payment, and hopefully I can show that to you guys in the future once I figure out how to blur out important information and stuff like that. So next is my cash and savings. So this is stuff that I take out in cash and either keep on me or is put in a specific savings envelope, which is basically like a savings account, except it's given a specific purpose and it's put in an envelope. So first is my gas. I am giving myself $80, and this is for 2 weeks. I have noticed that I don't need quite that much, so I'm going to give it a couple more paychecks and see if I can lower this, but for now I'm leaving it at 80. Spending is getting $60. Groceries is getting $60. And date night is getting $50. My boyfriend and I split date night. I'm not the only person that pays for it. I have gotten comments in my personal life about why I pay for date night. And personally, I think that it's an important part of a relationship to split the cost and make sure that not one person is taking full responsibility for stuff like that. So I work that into my budget because it's important for me to go out with my boyfriend and spend that time with him. And then I have my sinking funds, which are the envelopes that are like my savings account. And that gets $120. And this total is the same every month, unless I change something, and I didn't, so I'm not going to worry about adding it on screen. I know that the total is $370. So now I come down here and I say my total budgeted amount equals, and we'll pull back my calculator. So total budgeted is going to be the bills and expenses plus the cash and savings. So it's $661. And then I take my income, which some of you may or may not know, I just started a new job, so my income is different than the last one. But my income was $771.89, which really isn't important, but so now I take my income, which was $171.89, and I subtract the total budgeted amount, which I get $110.89. So that will be my estimated debt snowball for this paycheck. Estimated. I'm not the best speller, so if anything's wrong, please forgive me. And like I said, this may or may not end up happening, because I like to keep this here as a cushion just in case something unexpected comes up, like a medical bill that I wasn't aware of. If I don't have enough in my medical sinking fund, I can pull from this. Or say I forgot that my AAA was due, I can pull out of this. But at the end of the month, this is what will go towards my sinking funds. Okay. So in my wallet, I keep my gas, my date night, my spending, and my groceries. My groceries I actually already filled because I really needed to get groceries on Friday when I pulled my money out of my bank. So I'm not going to fill this on camera, but I will show you that it has $22 left. So on Friday I'll spend the rest of this money on some more groceries for next week, and then I'll start over. So that one is done. So next I have my gas, and like I said, I didn't spend nearly as much as I thought I was going to spend. I still have 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to set this off to the side. Let's see. I have this little paper that tells me how I split my bills up. So gas is getting 80, and it is going to get 20, 40, 60, 70. I think I did this wrong. 20, 40, 60, 70, 20, 40, 50, 60, G, 75, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, you just saw me struggle there for a second, but I'm going to make sure. 20, 40, 50, 60, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. I break it up this way because I ride with my sister to work sometimes now, and I like to be able to give her some gas money, and so that's why I get some of the smaller denominations now. Next is date night, and I don't think I used all of this either. I have $5 left, and that's right. Okay. Date night gets 20, 30, 40, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's $50 for date night. I'll just double check. I get a little paranoid when it comes to money. So 20, 30, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. I like all of my bills facing the same direction. They have to be straight in chronological order. So I get kind of weird when it comes to that stuff. And then spending, I have $22 left, and that's partially because I had some Christmas money that I used instead of my spending money. So spending will get 20, 40, 50, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there should be $60 here. 20, 40, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. And those go back in my wallet. And we'll call that a day. So next I have my sinking funds. So these are my specific savings accounts, basically. And my sister's boyfriend gave me this my boyfriend's sister gave me this really cute pouch that I've kind of just been keeping them in. So I'm going to just kind of show them one by one. So I started a garden envelope. I really love to garden, and I want to do some improvements this year. So this envelope is going to get $10. And these don't have trackers like I want them to, just because I was in a hurry. But this one has $20 in it now. Next, I have my boyfriend's envelope. This one has little bees on it, and I think it's really cute. This is for if I want to take him on a special date, or if I want to buy him a present, stuff like that. He likes to buy me stuff a lot, just because he knows I enjoy presents. And so I like to return the favor sometimes too if I see something that he would really love. Next is my car fund. This is anything from registration to inspection, new tires, anything like that. And this gets $20. And I think this one has a tracker on the back. No, it doesn't. This one doesn't have a tracker, so I am going to just check. 20, 40, 60, 80. If you are interested in any envelopes, You can either message me on Instagram or Facebook, and I would be glad to make you some. This one is my medical. This is for co-pays, medicine, anything like that. And this gets $20. However, I'm actually going to be, I'm going to be depositing this money into my Capital One 360 checking account because I pay all of my medical bills with checks, and it would be incredibly easy to do that if these were all like that. So today is December 29th, and I am adding 20, so I have $80. And this is what I meant by the tracker. This one's kind of messy. I use wet erase markers, so that means that once they dry, they stay on there, and you need a wet washcloth to rub this stuff off. But I'm going to be depositing this into my Capital One 360 so that I can be using this money to pay my medical bills with checks. I think it's still a great idea to have a medical sinking fund. It just doesn't make sense for me to keep it in an envelope like this. Next, I have my travel fund, and this is going to get $10. My boyfriend and I really like to travel a lot, and so I wanted to work that into my budget. And this is one of those envelopes where if I have a lower paycheck or something like that, I don't have to fund this one. This one can get paused, and I can use that $10 on something else easily. But while I have the money, I like to put a little bit in here. Next I have my gift envelope. This is for Christmas, holidays, birthdays, anything like that. It took quite the hit because of Christmas. So I actually only have $5 in there right now. So I'll have a total of 15. And I didn't update this. So we're just going to say $12.25. I took out 45. So I had $5 left, and then $12.29. I am adding 10. So now I have 15. I didn't do a very good job of tracking stuff, but I definitely used cash for all of my Christmas spending, which is the important part. And next I have my apartment fund. However, my boyfriend and I have decided to put this on hold until after the holidays because both of us needed the money to put into Christmas and New Year's and stuff like that. So I do have the $40 that I typically put in my apartment fund, but I'm going to be putting that in my garden fund right now. And that's because I have really big plans for my garden, and this is something that means a lot to me. It's how I kind of meditate and release stress during the summer. And so I want to make sure this is well funded for when I start planting my seeds and when I start moving everything outside. This one we're keeping completely even so that if, heaven forbid, something happened with our relationship, if we had to split this in half, we could, and neither of us would be losing money. We would split it in half, and both of us would be getting what we put into it. I don't see anything like that happening, but because we're not married, that was the easiest way for us to save together while keeping our finances separate. So Lastly, I have all of this money that I set off to the side. This is what I didn't spend in my cash envelopes, and it goes into my debt fund. And currently I have $96 in there. I'm going to do this, and we'll see how much we have. So 20, 40, 5, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. So I am adding $53. And I know that some people choose to, hold on, let me do really quick math. 9, 14. I know that some people choose to roll over their cash envelopes. So if they had $20 left over and they refill their envelope with $60, then they have $20 for this next week. But I like to stick to my budget and use that extra money towards my debt snowball. So what I'm going to do is take this money out of here and deposit it into my checking account, and this money will go towards my debt at the end of the month. And I think it's a great way to get an extra, you know, basically $150 towards my debt. And if you're doing that every month, it really adds up. So I'm really excited to do that. So I'm going to deposit that money. Probably not till Friday because I don't have access to my bank till then. But at the beginning of January, I'll be posting my 2020 debt overview, and I'm going to kind of be talking about my goals for the year when it comes to debt. And the last thing that I like to do is I save my coins. I have a $2 bill in there just because I think it's really cool, and I don't want to I like the novelty of it, so I don't spend it. But what I do is I take all of my change from each week and I put it in here. And once it gets full, I will turn it in and either put it towards my debt, or I will use it as a reward for sticking to my budget and doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it wasn't too long, but because I'm a little bit behind, I wanted to combine the two videos. I am hoping to come back soon with some gardening videos and talking about how I'm going to be doing my 2020 summer garden, and I hope you guys will follow along. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!